And shout out to my man Leon, who said that museum was a glorified shed, as mediocre as the losers it was built for. You can't disprove it was a shed, because it's gone. Yeah. It'll be remembered as a shed. Hey, shout out to all of the subscribers and members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled.
The scene behind me is a plantation house in Louisiana that is burned down. It's burning down in this video.
I see the Gingers are doing their part. I see they're doing, solidarity. I made a whole video all about it. Yeah. I saw y'all dancing. Cause y'all not coming to work. You know what I mean? Y'all out here partying this whole time. Y'all not coming to work. And y'all not paying attention to all the work the ancestors done put in.
To all people out there who believe in the supernatural, let me tell you what's happening in this country. Our ancestors are causing in Black America. Let me offer you some proof. All the major elements have been hit. The fire at Nottoway, that's fire. The white man who was found in Lake Lanier, that's water. The tree falling on the Confederate Museum, that's earth.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say the tree that fell on the Confederate Museum? And there's a Confederate Museum? This is crazy.
A Confederate museum full of hatred and foolishness has fallen. In Fort Branch, North Carolina, Confederate Earthworks Museum, baby, they took a tumble. They were building this museum of hate and racism and just grossness. And God said, not so fast. A tree knocked down the entire museum. It's a complete and total loss. They did not have insurance. They cannot pass go or collect $200. Okay? Look at God. I love that. I love that. You know, I really do. You can never win when you play dirty. But God is able. Like, share, comment below. Follow the page.
Now, when you go to the game and your team loses, you just leave in disgust, cut people off in traffic, and get short with your family when you go home. When the team loses the Super Bowl, you don't even remember that season fondly no more. You definitely don't want to see no banner up at the arena or the stadium. Y'all done built a whole museum to commemorate losing a war? Where they do that at? I need to know where they do that at. And I also need to take this moment to point out the hypocrisy of the people who feel like they have the market cornered on patriotism, commemorating and doubling down and talking about how the South shall rise again, representing a movement that went to war with our federal government. Now let's see what happened. The Fort Branch Historical Society in North Carolina recently announced a large tree fell on its museum last month, completely destroying it. Here's before and after photos of the museum, which aims to protect the lifeline of the Confederacy. Breaking sad news. The museum building at the Fort Branch, North Carolina Confederate Earthworks was just destroyed by a falling tree. Here's before and after photos and information. I think they just posted that for insurance purposes, because didn't nobody need to see that. Please see the following message and link with more photos from the good folks at the historical Fort Branch page. Well, I'm glad they did, just for us, As you can see, the ancestors getting it back in karma this month. I couldn't read this article without seeing that tweet there on the side. And shout out to my man Leon, who said that museum was a glorified shed, as mediocre as the losers it was built for. He said it was a shed. And you know what? You can't disprove it was a shed because it's gone. Yeah. It'll be remembered as a shed. Last month, we were surprised to get a call informing us that a large tree had fallen on the museum. Unfortunately, it is a total loss. We intentionally delayed letting everyone know so that the artifacts could be removed and secured at a new location to avoid any theft. We have since learned that the insurance on the building is not enough to replace it. With today's costs, we are devastated. We're looking at other possibilities of funding, including creating a GoFundMe account. Please consider donating to help Fort Branch replace our museum and keep it available for future generations. Donations to our organization are tax deductible. I have a lot of questions. First of all, is it tax deductible to donate to the Confederate Museum? I didn't know how low the bar for tax deductible was. Has that always been tax deductible to donate to loser sheds? I didn't. Who knew? Who knew? Cause my man building a shed out back, and he only gonna have winning paraphernalia in it. Do I still get a tax write-off if he only got banners of winning sides? Or is it only for loser sheds? I have questions. Then you say the GoFundMe. What I would do is I would go to that Shiloh Hendrix page over on Give Send Go, and I would get as much of the information out of there as I possibly can on that Shiloh Hendrix page. But keep in mind, everybody on there is not friendly. No, you got some divorces and some broken homes in there, and you got some grifters in there. Yeah, it's just drama in these white supremacy streets. That's right. Yeah, I talked all about it. It's not sweet.
A man got served divorce papers because he donated $50 to Shiloh Hendrix. His wife is fucking standing on business and teaching him what it means to fuck around and find out.
Now look, you ain't heard this from me, okay? You ain't heard this from me. I don't think that call you got was the first call. I think some of those artifacts have been removed already. That's why it was a total loss. I think some of those and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had to go get my car registration over in Southeast, and it was a brother in the median who was selling Confederate materials. He had a couple medals out there. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple medals out there. And, you know what I mean, all he wanted was a pack of cigarettes. And then he was going to give it all up. It's probably gone. I'll be honest, because there was a lot of cars behind me, and it was a slow light. It's probably gone. But I just wanted to let you know. Now, let's look at the before times here at this museum. I'll be honest. This could have been an after photo. Yeah, this could have been an after. If you told me that the tree knocked down the rest of the museum, and this is what was left, I would have believed that. Yeah, I definitely would have believed that. And by the way, well done with the attendance banners that you have up. Yeah, I know all about attendance banners. I live in DC, so we hang those up for basketball all the time. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that ain't nothing but y'all showed up to the war. And here is the after. Wow.
Oh man, what news?
Hey, I'm trying to read. Oh, you giving me flashbacks to when I was in school, because when I was in school, I would read aloud and I would hear people laughing in the back. Don't do that. You know, if you look on the bright side, you have to have some gratitude that it was such an unpopular museum. You know, if there would have actually been people that wanted to go to this museum, then it would have been a problem. But, you know, this way, you know, you get the call 2-3 days later because it was that long before somebody realized what happened, and you realize nobody was hurt. and none of the things have been stolen except for the couple people moving them in Southeast. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now, see, this done made the news. The NCB tree crushes Fort Branch Museum in North Carolina. Fort Branch Museum, a Confederate one in Oak City, North Carolina, was demolished last month when a massive tree crashed through the building, severely damaging the structure and forcing the relocation of its historical artifacts. The incident was revealed Monday by the historical Fort Branch Museum through a Facebook post. That post has now been deleted. Oh, they ran them off. You know, y'all got ran off Facebook. Y'all got ran off of Facebook. Y'all got mocked and ran off of Facebook. Facebook is basically the Confederate Museum of the internet. And y'all got ran off of Facebook? According to museum officials, the announcement about the destruction was intentionally delayed until all valuable artifacts could be safely moved to a secure location to avoid potential theft. Yeah, I call BS on that. I call BS. Y'all saw that Shiloh Hendrix money. Y'all saw that. Like, bro, it's hate money out there. You know what I mean? It's hate money out there.
I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me.
Translation: I had no idea how racist this country truly was. It warmed my heart. It really did, because I see all these black creators and they always be talking about, oh, how racist everything is, and then the black MAGAs tell me that it don't exist. And what I'm coming to realize, these black MAGAs are full of it. Yeah, all the progressives was right all along. Y'all wild racist.
I am so grateful for you all for that.
Although the museum was insured, officials say the coverage is insufficient due to increased costs of construction today. And no doubt, costs that are getting higher with mass deportation. So well done there. Social media reactions were mixed. Were they? Is that why they deleted the Facebook account? Because they were mixed? Though many users expressed amusement rather than sympathy, one user humorously commented, "Is the tree okay?" echoing sentiments of others who viewed the incident as symbolic. By the way, that tree, when we open up the Blacksonian, when we open up the African American Museum of Culture, History and Culture, I think that tree should get a spot. You know, it might be some room. You know what I mean? I would at least put it out front. Like, at least make it the ceremonial sitting tree or something. The Confederate Museum has drawn controversy over the years due to its association with Civil War memorabilia. Despite this, museum officials maintain the importance of preserving history, urging community support to rebuild. Ah, yes, that's right. Preserving history. That's right. You know what I would like for you guys to do? I would like for you guys to get in touch with all the people that are in the Black Fatigue discussion, because I know you're all Facebook. So why don't y'all go over to TikTok and tell all the people in the Black Fatigue discussion who don't want to hear anything about historical injustice about the significance of preserving history. I want to see that conversation play out.
I usually mind my business, y'all, but I know y'all been seeing how all these Confederate and white supremacy shit been burned to the ground, trees falling on that shit. Y'all karma just getting started. Who would have ever thought in the same week the largest plantation and a museum, they was actually trying to build a museum? Like, y'all really be proud of the evil ass shit y'all be doing to people? Y'all bold enough to build a museum? Like, hey, we are proud we enslaved your people and buck broke your men and we ate y'all and put y'all up in smokehouses. We are so proud of this. Yeah, we're the superior race. We stole everything. We rewrote your history. Like, what kind of pieces of shit are y'all? Like, I'll never understand. But like I said, hey, the universe is doing what it's doing. And not by our hand, by the hand of the Most High, the Almighty. Like, imagine the natural earth rejecting how evil white supremacies are. Like, y'all's whole history, everything y'all stand for is just pure hatred and evil. Now imagine the actual earth fighting against you. Oh. Like, black people ain't even have to do nothing. The earth is fighting for us. Mother Earth. We love you, Mother Earth.
Now, your sentiments are well taken. Was that a smoke detector I heard?
Y'all karma just getting started.
What does DJ Colin say? Another one. So y'all, this one has been like swept underneath the carpet, but probably because it's not our local news, but I just dug up something. Another building has been destroyed. On April 12th, 2025, before the Nottoway Plantation was burnt to the ground, okay? The Fort Branch Confederate Museum in North Carolina was destroyed. Not by protest, not by fire. This time, Mother Nature used a tree. And I know you're like, a tree? Well, no. It was a massive tree. Crashed down during a storm and wiped out the entire building. A place built to preserve Confederate history, gone in one unexpected swipe. And what's wild, this barely made headlines. No major news cycles, no national coverage, just quietly swept underneath the rug, like it never happened. I'm pretty sure the townspeople, wherever it is, I know they know, but we all don't know. So why? Maybe because this wasn't a loss to everyone. Like, everyone don't care about this, but this museum sat on land that once defended Confederate ideas, like during the Civil War. And while some called it history, others saw it as a monument to racism. Let that sink in. So do you think it was just a storm? Or do you believe, like many say, that this was Mother Nature? I agree, is doing what should have been done a long time ago. Wipe this shit off the map. Okay, what y'all think? I think I got some pictures too. Here they go.
Now, I think we can get an answer to your question. I got a couple more photos of what exactly was in there, and we'll get an answer to why it didn't even make the free paper that people read when they're on their way to town.
Continues at Fort Branch in North Carolina. Now, this is a reconstruction of the winter quarters of what the Confederate soldiers may have had. Tar Heels. By the way, there's no real consensus on where the word Tar Heels or phrase Tar Heels came from. Lots of different stories. None of them have been confirmed. Okay. Hello. See, this will open. There you go. That's what it looks like on the inside. Not the most glorious of quarters, but for some folks, that might have actually been an improvement. And again, I'll show you the map. Well, actually, I don't think I showed you the map on the movie. This is the map of where it is. The river is the Roanoke River. This is called Rainbow Bend. And there's a map of all but over here. Pause this, try and read things.
Kind of ironic they call that Rainbow Bend, considering how they feel about not only the rainbow today, but they were literally fighting to keep the colors separate. But yeah, Rainbow Bend. I wonder, did the tree knock down all of these all of this.
And look, y'all already know me on this channel.
That was a pretty mighty tree. He said it might have been an improvement over what they came from, but you certainly got to preserve that history. Yeah, that rich Southern history, no doubt. Now, when it came to the tree, there's actually some significance to that.
Yo, Black Americans, our ancestors are moving. There's a Confederate museum called Fort Branch. The Fort Branch Museum that had a tree fall on it. You look at what happened with freaking Nottoway with that fire, and now this. Do you know what our ancestors were called? The black descendants of American slaves? We were called root workers. We were known to make the earth move. We could speak things into existence. Do you really think this is a coincidence? Because I don't think it is a coincidence with a tree, which is we are known to be root workers. We are known to work with the roots. We are known to make the roots obey us. Crushes a Confederate museum. That is our ancestors saying, oh, y'all want to start some mess, white supremacists, with our freaking descendants? All right, bet. And now the official account for the historical Fort Branch is saying it is a total loss. White supremacy is taking L's left and right, baby. Shout out to the ancestors for making the earth move.
Root workers, huh? That must be why the brothers had nothing but sticks and stems when I was in college. That's all we had was swag. Now, obviously, shout out to the ancestors. And while we're at it, I did want to include this note when it came to us interfacing with the ancestors, because there is a contradiction which should be pointed out.
Stop with the phrase, we are not our ancestors. It's extremely disrespectful, and let me tell you why. Because we are our ancestors, okay? We are their legacy. And trust, they were way stronger than we are. They survived what would have crushed many of us. They carried grace while in chains, built legacies from nothing but dust, prayed us into existence. They walked so we could even think and dream about running. It's wild to me that you guys think that they were weak. Our ancestors did not turn the other cheek out of cowardness. They did it out of survival. All while they were oppressed, they made plans for freedom. They strategized. They built communities. So no, I will never say I am not my ancestors. Okay? I am proud to be theirs. They lead me. They protect me. They know my path and why I am here. Speak on your strength, but do not diminish theirs.
Now, I echo that sentiment 1,000%. I remember getting on the We Are Not Our Ancestors train a couple of years ago, and somebody cleaned me up about how disrespectful that could be perceived as being. I get it. I get the idea. We are in a better place, and we can make some different choices than they could make at that time. However, we have that freedom because of the work that they put in. So let's not celebrate our freedom at their expense. And yes, I use freedom in quotes there. Now, when it came to the reactions being mixed, I saw a wide range of reactions, all the way from black people celebrating to white people celebrating. This was phenomenal.
Oh no, whatever shall we do? Fort Branch's Historical Society's Confederacy Museum just got taken out by a motherfucking tree. Root work.
Hey, even she knew about root work? Okay. I gotta get back in my AP African American history. Yeah, you heard what I said, Ron DeSantis.
But Dixie Forever posted they're taking donations at P.O. Box 355, Hamilton, North Carolina at 27840. I'm sure you could probably also find a phone number. You know? The comments are fucking hilarious. If a single tree can destroy the building, it's not a real museum. Ha 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 ha. I can't cackle because the baby's sleeping, but I mean that in the most disrespectful way possible. Yes, Lord, for the rest of our days.
Now, first of all, this was a tour de force. I mean that in the most disrespectful way possible. If a tree can destroy the building, it's not a real museum. It's a loser shit. That's what it's a loser shit. And she can't cackle because the baby's sleeping. Her baby was sleeping. I know. Her baby was sleeping, and she decided she couldn't wait to laugh at the Confederate Museum being destroyed by a tree. That's being an ally right there. That is an ally.
Is the tree okay? I wonder. But then you have this dumb Poppy Walker. If you create a Give, Send, Go, I know a number of organizations and influencers who will share it. Please let us know. Please let us know.
Can you imagine being that guy in the comments trying to help them raise money, and then you get way less engagement and likes than the people asking, is the tree okay? That's why they got ran on Facebook.
Anyways, go have fun. Dixie Forever shared the post.
But apparently Dixie Forever was in fact wishful thinking. Yeah, they were apparently trying to speak that into existence, because not only did the tree destroy the museum, that didn't even make the news. So it's looking bad, Dixie Forever. I'll be completely honest. But look, if there was ever a time when you could get some of that federal money, right? Is there ever a time that you could maybe secure one of them federal contracts or something like that? It would be this administration. Yeah. There is absolutely no question about that. The issue is going when it comes to reconstructing it. But you know what? If you get on these white South Africans, you know what I mean? These white, they probably get some white South Africans to do your work. And by the way, to any of you plantations out there, any of you racist museums or anything like that out there, the ancestors are not done. Not by a long shot. And we'll be addressing all of that.
Y'all, they made it to DC. Another plantation burning down, y'all.
Hey, special shout out to everybody who joined me at our last Members Live. I done lost weeks of my life watching the most ratchet content you can ever imagine. That's just, I feel like it's a palate cleanser for me. Now, we're going to be doing a whole lot more of these. It is available to everybody who's in deep water or troubled water, and there's a link to membership in the description box to all of the videos. This is, of course, in addition to my regular Tuesday lives every week at 8 p.m. It's the irony of all the sinning that's going on in administration. They don't pay attention to it, and they put the chief of sinner among us. Like the chief sinner among us is the one that's supposed to be spreading this Christian nationalism. And that's wow. You know what I mean? Like, what a comment on our world today. Now, speaking of troubled waters, we have a very deep and growing archive of content, even some old stand-up clips. Although I call it stand-up. I don't know if the people that were actually there would call it comedy at all. I am happy to be here on the last weekend period. But we haven't actually added to the archive in a couple of months, and we're going to rectify that over the next few weeks, which makes this a perfect time to binge watch old videos if that is your preference, or you can join Troubled Waters and get a look at what the full archive complement actually looks like. And for those of you that are already members, I did post the links to the free trial for Patreon in the community tab, so make sure you check those out as well. Now, before I go, I would like to send a plea out to the ancestors. I see y'all on the rampage, and it has even come here home to DC. I I have no idea who used to own my home. I don't, and I am not responsible. I don't even know them. I got nothing to do with them. So I don't know if you want what you want me to do. You want me to put something on the door or leave a light on upstairs or just y'all send me a sign. You know what I mean? Just let me know what I need. You want me to put Soul Brother, Black Owned? Like, tell me something.